Hi there, I am the Book Lady. And you know, if you're new to the Book Lady, let me tell you a little bit about it. I bring 2 books and read them. We talk about them and we talk about the illustrations. And you know, it just happens. I brought, these 2 books have particularly good illustrations. Now, that's a big grown-up word, and guess what it means? The pictures. There you go. And we're going to learn some new words in these books, and I just really hope you like them. Okay, so we're going to read The Little Yellow Leaf. And look, I even brought a little yellow leaf. See? And you will find out why I brought 2 leaves. Ha ha. It's by Carin Berger. And then, love this book because it's about a lighthouse. And I like lighthouses. And I was going to bring my wooden lighthouse and put it on the table. And I couldn't find it. I'm wondering if one of my kids took it. So I just brought some of my little men who like to hang around where lighthouses are. The Lighthouse and the Little Boat. We will read this after we read about the yellow leaf. All right, here we go. There's the cover page. Do you like that? What do you see? Those dotted lines, do you see them? They're hard to see, but that's mapping out how the leaf falls from the tree. They don't just go boom. You see them kind of waltzing around. Okay. It was autumn, that's fall. In the hush of the forest, a lone yellow leaf clung to the branch of a great oak tree. Now, there's that leaf. All the other leaves have fallen, but that one is there. Have you ever looked at trees when all the leaves are off and there's one leaf that's stuck up there? I'm not ready yet, thought the little yellow leaf, as a riot of fiery leaves chased and swirled around the tree. See, it's fall and the leaves are falling. No, not yet, thought the little yellow leaf. As the afternoon sun beckoned and teased. Now, I love this picture because I think the colors are so pretty. There are 2 leaves there that decided to come down. But not ready, thought the little yellow leaf, as apples grew musky and pumpkins heavy and flocks of geese took wing. They fly south and they fly in a V. Did you know that? Yes, and they honk. Still not, he thought, as the other leaves gathered into great heaps, crackly dry where children played. Oh, there's nothing like raking a big leaf pile and then diving into it. A chill filled the air. See, it's getting cooler. And the sun sank slow. Not ready, thought the little yellow leaf, as the heavy harvest moon bloomed amber. Amber's kind of a goldish brown in the starry sky. I think this picture's a little bit sad. See the moon? And do you see the leaf? Well, That little yellow leaf is just there all by himself. Not yet, not yet, not yet. Through the long night, snow flurried, and the little yellow leaf held fast to the great oak tree. Days passed by, and still the little yellow leaf held tight, alone. He searched the bare branches. He's looking at all the branches, covered only with a shimmer of snow. Alone. He is all alone. And then, high up on an icy branch, a scarlet flash. Do you know what scarlet is? It's red. One more leaf holding tight. And this is a wonderful picture because we see our friend, the little yellow leaf. And look, he sees there's one more leaf. You're here? Called the little yellow leaf. Yeah, I am, said the little scarlet leaf. Like me, said the little yellow leaf. Neither spoke. Finally, will you? Asked the little scarlet leaf. I will, said the little yellow leaf. And 1, 2, 3, they let go and soared. Oh. Into the waiting wind they danced, off and away, and away, and away. Together. And that's the end of the story. Do you see them dancing in the wind? You know, this book makes me think about when I was probably, 7 years old. And it seemed like everybody at the swimming pool I went to could dive in, whereas I jumped. And I really wanted to dive, but I just was a little bit afraid. I just wasn't ready. And my mom and dad would say, well, you want to try and dive? And they'd hold my ankles. See, that way I couldn't jump in. I'd have to dive. And I'd say, no, I'm not ready yet. And it took a little while. And one of my friends said, let's dive together. And I don't know why, but I thought, oh, yeah, okay. And we dove in. And I realized, I think I just needed a friend. I needed someone to actually do it with me. And it wasn't scary, it was fun. That's what I think this leaf. I don't think he wanted to drop from the tree all alone. And then he spotted the scarlet leaf. And so, see, that's why I brought That's the scarlet leaf. Imagine it's hanging, well, let's see, I think maybe this is the one. It's hanging from the tree, and then the yellow leaf's way up here, and the yellow leaf sees the red leaf, and the red leaf says, "Are you ready?" "Yeah, okay. 1, 2, 3. Isn't that nice? I liked that book. I hope you did too. All right. Now we're going to read about the lighthouse and the little boat. This is by Katie Frawley. Oh, and Ben Mantle drew the pictures. He's called the illustrator. Once, there was a lighthouse. Oh, she stood proud and steady, strong and bright, in fair weather and in foul. Foul weather is like not such good weather. Maybe a little storm, a little thunder. She towered over the waters and guided ships to safe harbor. All who anchored within her sight felt the warm glow of her protection. The lighthouse has a big job. Everything as it should be, she said to the wind. The wind agreed, stirring the treetops with a gentle breeze. See, the wind doesn't have to talk. The wind just... One summer morning, Lighthouse spied a small boat docked snugly in her berth. New to the harbor? Lighthouse called. Oh, I'm new to everything, the boat said cheerily. My name is Brightness. Well, welcome, Brightness. I'm Lighthouse. I watch over this harbor and the dark waters beyond. Dark waters? Brightness shivered her sails. I think I'll stay right here by my dock, if you please. You are young. That's as it should be, Lighthouse smiled. You stick close to me, and I'll keep you safe. Morning after morning, the salt air whipped through Brightness's rigging. The rigging is all the ropes and the sails that she had. The sun sparkled on the rippling water, and laughing seagulls invited Brightness to play. But soon curiosity drew her eyes to the horizon. The horizon is that line. If you look out over a lake or the ocean, you see a line where it seems like it ends. That's the horizon. It's way out there. She began to feel the pull of the tide along her hull, and deep in her heart, perhaps today I'll have a peek around, Brightness said. Lighthouse winked. Well, a peek wouldn't hurt. Brightness shimmied free of her familiar dock lines and tested the waters. Whoops! She slipped and skidded in the lightly lapping surf. Watch out for the jetty, Lighthouse fretted. Brightness bounced off a buoy, disturbing ancient pelicans. And steer clear of the big boats, Lighthouse called. They won't see you, and they'll knock you right over. The salt spray tickled.
Oh, hoo-hoo! This is fun,
Brightness said. Day after day, Brightness grew in bravery, curiosity, and wonder.
Oh, look at me, look what I can do.
Be careful, Lighthouse cried. Here in the harbor, I can protect you. But out there,
Oh, I know.
Brightness sighed and glanced at the horizon. Thank you for watching over me. She nestled in the foam at Lighthouse's feet. Lighthouse beamed. Smiled. She was happy. As warm summer breezes cooled, Lighthouse began to worry about the rougher weather awaiting them. She knew these waters and the powerful storms winter could bring. But Brightness didn't have a care in the world. More and more she slipped away from Lighthouse's long and watchful shadow. She chatted with rusty trawlers and stately sloops, crusty shrimpers and pleasure cruisers, tiny skiffs and brawny barges. She asked about their adventures and imagined her own. See, she's curious about what's out there. Yeah, and she's talking to all the other bigger boats. One gusty morning, Lighthouse looked out over the harbor. The gulls perched on pilings with fluffed up feathers. When it gets colder, birds fluff themselves up. They look like they're a little fatter, they're rounder, and it's to keep them warm. The sloops and skiffs bobbed at their moorings, but Brightness was nowhere to be seen. Lighthouse checked the docks and the shallows and the jetty. Brightness was gone, and with her, the fair summer weather. She didn't even say goodbye. Lighthouse felt as if her lantern had gone out. Autumn slid into winter. Frost nipped the air. The winds mounted, and calm seas grew to angry swells. Angry swells, that's big waves, yeah. Through night and day, Lighthouse watched and waited and worried until on the darkest night of the year, a storm. I think this is a very scary picture. Look, see how that water, but isn't it a wonderful picture? Lighthouse whirled her beam around and around through the freezing rain and across the thrashing waters. Brightness, she called. The storm, unhearing, surged on. Where is she? She cried to the wind. But the wind had no answer. Then, in the distance, a glimpse of a battered hull in the valley between the waves. Lighthouse flooded the darkness, shining with all her strength. Brightness, I am here! Brightness straightened her rudder and aimed for the inlet. Come to me. And she guided the little boat back home. Brightness floated limp into the cradle of the harbor. Sails split, rudder broken, she could barely speak.
Lighthouse, you saved me.
No, you saved yourself. I only lit the way.
Even after I left you to see the wide world, you led me back home.
Lighthouse smiled. That's as it should be. The winter winds warmed, and the chill lifted from the water. By the time spring arrived, Brightness was mended and strong. They fixed her all up. She bounced in her slip, eager for an adventure, the tide pulling her heart toward the horizon once more.
Don't worry, I'll be back soon.
Brightness hoisted her sails and skipped away on the breeze. I know, Lighthouse called after her. But still, I worry, she said to the wind. The wind agreed, rippling the water. And that's how it should be. Did you like that? I think that I just love that story. See, the little boat, Brightness, was a brand new little boat and didn't know about living on the ocean. And the ocean is wonderful, and there's wind, and see, Brightness was a sailboat, so she liked the wind. That's what made her move. See? And she wanted to explore. Now, I bet you like to explore, don't you? I mean, if you were at the woods, would you just stay on the path, or would you want to just see what's over there, or just see what's over there? And you have to be very careful. And Lighthouse knew all this. Lighthouse knew that Brightness wanted to go way out. I want to go in the deep end. I want to go in the deep end. And she was worried. And that's as it should be. That's her job. And I loved in the storm, and the picture of that storm was so good. Let's see. Let me show you the other one. On this page, do you see? She sees a little boat. There it is. See that? That's Brightness. Brightness is about to get beat up by these waves. Look, she's down between the waves. That's a dangerous place to be. And then on this picture, what do we see? We see the lighthouse, and she's doing what she's supposed to do. She's casting light, so then Brightness can follow the light and get home safely. She was kind of ripped up, kind of beat up, but she was just a very curious little boat. You know, I'm curious about things, and I think you are too. Do you know what curious means? What does curious mean? It means you wonder about things. You want to know more. So let's say you're out walking on a path and you're in the woods. But right over there, you see some kind of funny looking tree. Can you go off the path and and go check it out, that would be curious. You're curious. And it's good to be curious. It's okay to be curious, all right? But sometimes it can get us in trouble. And Lighthouse had warned her, be careful about going out to the horizon, because that's where it was deep and that's where the storms would hit. So anyway, I just love this book. I have read another book about a lighthouse, but it was about the man who lived in the lighthouse many, many, many years ago. They don't have people living in lighthouses anymore. And he was in charge of cleaning the glass up there and making sure the light was shining. Oh, that was a wonderful book. Maybe I'll read it again. Do you want me to read that book again? You let me know. Oh, yeah. By the way, you can read all the books you want that I've read again and again and again on YouTube. Isn't that fun? You can go to YouTube early in the morning or late at night, and you put in The Book Lady and all the many books we have read. And boy, have we read a lot of books, hundreds of books. And the fun thing is, you can watch it over and over again, and you can watch it with your friend, and you can watch it with your brother or your sister, or you can just watch it alone. And that's the wonderful thing about reading. You can get a book at the library, like I did, bring it home, and just go sit on your bed and read the book. Now, if you can't read yet, you just look at the wonderful pictures. I mean, these are wonderful pictures. And you wait for someone who can read to come in and read you the book. And you can read it over and over and over again, just like The Little Yellow Leaf. Didn't you like that? Did you like my leaves? Here they are. The yellow leaf saw the scarlet leaf. There you learned a word, scarlet. It means red. And they talk to each other, and she says, I'm ready to fall. Are you? Yeah, I don't know. Because in that book, he kept saying, not yet. Not yet. And then finally, when he had a friend to do it with, he just felt ready. And 1, 2, 3. Sometimes it's just timing. You're just not ready. And then one day, you're ready. And sometimes you're more comfortable doing something if someone does it with you. You can read a book with someone else, or you can do it all by yourself. This has been so much fun, and I hope I run into you at the library. And until next time, I'm the Book Lady. Bye-bye.